Now, more of Bob Lassiter.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk that long about something that depressing, you know what I mean? Oh, brother, let's let that one go away, huh? 591-8900, an open afternoon until the 5 o'clock hour. 591-8900. Stick me high, Stick. You're on the air at WLS.
Well, first of all, Bob, I haven't read anything on this New York decision.
Uh-huh.
But just from what you said, from what I hear, it seems okay to me. Now, you say it's stretching the Constitution.
I don't see anything in the Constitution that even comes close to giving you a right to beg. I mean, come on.
Well, it gives you a right to talk to another person. And if what you choose to say, it may be I love God, or vote for Reagan, or maybe give me some money if you please.
No, I beg your pardon. It doesn't give you a right to talk to another person. It just keeps the other person from having you shut up. There's a big difference. There really is.
Well, that's exactly it. If there's a law that keeps the other person, that allows the other person to shut you up simply for what you say, to me, that's wrong.
Well, I'm sorry. You don't have to listen to anybody.
Well, right, exactly. You don't have to listen.
And you don't have to listen to a beggar if he comes up and starts yakking in your ear. But there's not a hell of a lot you can do about it except push him away.
Any more than if...
So he has no right to yak in your ear any more than I have a right to yak in your ear.
Any more than if someone comes... any more than... maybe I don't like seeing a big billboard of Dukakis' head on the freeway. But it's free speech. If they can pay for the billboard, that's their business. I really don't have much choice in that matter either. Now, on the question of people begging you, you know, I kind of look at it, and you brought it up yourself, but kind of there's people whose profession is panhandling, and they make good money at it, I imagine. Some of them, what I would call professionals. It's kind of like a insurance salesman. I'm sure you've had salesmen bug you, haven't you? And you just want to shut them up and go away. I don't want what you're selling. Leave me alone. But they keep yakking and yakking.
I'm sorry. There's no constitutional guarantee that, you know, a salesman can bug the hell out of me. None.
Okay, so...
And this judge just absolutely stretched the law where it does not exist, but I'm glad that he had the courage to do it because he seems to be the only damn person in the country who does. Because the fact of the matter remains that we have to look at these people. As distasteful as it may be, and it's damn distasteful, because we're not going to do anything about it until we just can't take it anymore.
I agree. Everybody should face the truth, what's going on, exactly what's going on. And they shouldn't have a judge, or they shouldn't have, judges should prove unconstitutional any law which would prohibit the right of someone to say whatever the heck they want.
Nobody's got a right to come up and beg. I mean, come on, man. Nobody's got a right to come up and beg.
How did they beg? They talked to you. They said, please give me money.
Yeah, and follow you down the street. Nobody's got a right to do that. Nobody has a right to harass you on the street.
Okay,
begging for money or saying obscenities or political or religious or anything else to you. Nobody's got any right to do that.
Harassment is different than speech. So,
I'm the one who determines what harassment is when it comes to harassing me. I'm the only judge of that. And if somebody asks me for money when I don't want to be asked for money, then they're harassing me.
So you were harassed by the man who was sleeping?
Yeah, I was. I was visually harassed.
Harassed?
Oh, yeah, I would. It was a disgusting sight. I wish I'd never had to see anything like that.
Now,
ever.
If the judge came out with that, I would call that stretching, where just the thought of you looking at something was harassing you. I would
yeah, it is.
That would be stretching.
It is harassing me. No one should ever have to see anybody in that condition. Ever.
And I don't believe people should live like that. But, you know, let's face it, Bob, there are people banging at the doors of this country, and if some people in this country choose to live that lifestyle, I don't know what we can do about it. There are certain cases, don't get me wrong, there are certain cases...
Well, I guess we could lie to ourselves and, you know, tell ourselves that they have the constitutional right.
Well, to free speech, yes. But,
well, I guess sleeping on a park bench is free speech, too. It's making, publicizing your plight. It's kind of like buying a billboard, maybe.
I never said that, but what you brought up...
Oh, why not?
Panhandler. So I addressed that issue. If somebody is sleeping in a place in a public place that is not meant for sleeping, I think...
well, I don't think Michigan Whacker was meant for begging either. I don't think that's what they had in mind when they designed the corner.
Well, if you come up to someone on the street, hey, buddy, how do you get to... if you just came to town, has there ever been occasion when you ask somebody directions?
You certainly wouldn't equate begging with asking for directions,
no, I wouldn't, but it's the fact that if you come up... Maybe the person that you came up to, you just told me that you are the judge of what is harassment.
Yeah, I am.
Maybe you come up to 5 people, and one of them's going to think you're harassing them by asking them directions because they got something.
Oh, give me a break. I'm getting bored. 591-8900, 591-8900. An open afternoon. Des Plaines, hi, Dis. You're on the air at WLS. Hello, Des Plaines.
Oh, yeah.
Hi.
I'm sorry, but I marvel at your patience. I don't know how you do it, my friend. I really don't. The people who you refer to as bums, I'll refer to as people who just don't want to work. The reason I say that is because...
I don't think you can work when your body's all bloated.
Well, that's the result of it. But I think what we're looking at is the underside of capitalism. I think if in a truly capitalist society, as Milt Friedman tries to describe us, the only one truer than us is Hong Kong, but nevertheless, the underside of capitalism is this. We have to accept that. There are those who cannot cope in a capitalist society.
We have to accept it.
We have to accept that they're going to be here. I don't know if we can accept our attitudes about it. But, in most other societies, they aren't there. The only ones they're there in are the capitalist societies like we are. I think what we have is ideal. I think, unfortunately, the dropping of it is the result of those walking up and down the street. They can't cope in a situation of where capitalism allows you to go as far as you can go. These people just don't join in the game. They don't play the game. They play a different game than you and I do.
Well, maybe they just didn't have as much luck.
I don't think it's luck. I think it's motivation. I don't think luck even enters into it. I think it's motivation. I think that they're motivated by... I spent a lot of time in California. I'm in Palisade Park, in Venice, Santa Monica. Still, they've taken over the parks. They've taken over the beaches. They being those who do not want to work. There are so many jobs available in Chicago.
Are there?
Huh?
How many jobs are available for people with matted hair? And no clothes?
Let me give you an idea. I don't. If you want, I can give your producer my name. I've talked to you before, but we hire 170 people. We're in Des Plaines. I'm calling from our offices. We have the same people who are walking up and down, spending all that energy, panhandling and begging for money. We'll hire them.
If they can get to Des Plaines.
Of course they can get to Des Plaines.
Oh, of course they can.
They're very ingenious people. They can come out here. I'm not talking about the alcoholics.
Will the cops allow you to sleep on the streets in Des Plaines? Until you earn enough money to get a place?
No.
Didn't think so.
But we're not that far from... We're 30 minutes from where they're at, downtown Chicago.
Yeah, 30 minutes by car.
No, by the train.
Oh, by train.
To us. But that's how I called you. I called you because I've got a gripe. I'm a Korean vet. I spent 2 years in Korea. I am one of those who belong to the forgotten war. I think that we are really being slighted. I think we came back from Korea. We took off...
Vietnam veterans get too much attention and you guys don't get enough.
We don't get anything.
I kind of resent the Vietnam veterans getting all the attention.
Well, it is even that, but
Sure it is. Exactly what it is.
I think that our society should be structured in such a way that is possible. I don't know how we can structure it differently, though.
Well, at least there's one guy that's trying.
Pardon me?
At least there's one guy that's trying. At least there's one guy that's not going to let us sweep it under the rug.
Right.
Or whatever that's worth. Who knows?
Who knows?
Thank you very much. 591-8900 is the telephone number. Johnson with the news is next.
This is WLS, Talk Radio 890.
WLS, Chicago.
At the sound of the tone, 4 o'clock.
It's okay with me.
He is going to show up, right? I've had the fortune of covering him as a trial lawyer. He was a very colorful and very interesting lawyer. He defended a bunch of white police officers years ago accused of corruption and got a bunch of them off. And it was very interesting. He was a very much of an eloquent spokesman in court. So looking forward to that. And to you always, Bob. I'm Jim Johnson. He hates it when I give him a compliment. He's worried. I'm Jim Johnson, WLS Talk Radio 890 News. Now back to more talk. Bob Lassiter.
No, I was just curious as to why you want to forward certain segments of the program, Johnson. That's all.
Boy. Yeah.
Is there a ribbon to change or something?
Yeah.
I thought so. Welcome back, Fun Seekers. Tuesday, February the 6th, 1990. Lassiter with you at WLS Talk Radio 890, Chicago's talk station. What a bunch of wusses in this audience. I mean, come on, you guys do agree with the judge, right? I mean, you do think that people should be panhandling everywhere. Knocking on your doors, asking for contributions or sandwiches or whatever it might be, sleeping wherever they want to be. I mean, you do understand that's the only way to solve the problem, don't you? Of course you do. 591-8900 to O'Hare we go. Hi there, O'Hare. You're on the air with WLS.
Hi.
Hi.
This is Bob.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I got a bad cold. Police officer at the airport. I know exactly where you're coming from when you saw, or when you stated you saw that bomb or whatever living on the bench, and it was sort of disheartening. And we see it, or I see it every day, and we're not allowed to do nothing with them. There's no ordinance or any kind of. Hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, there's no any. There's not. We can't work. In other words, we're allowed not to do anything.
Well, what would you want to do?
Oh, we can't do nothing with
But
them.
what would you want to do?
Well, it's becoming a colony. It's becoming very, very critical.
Mm-hmm.
They come in every night to keep warm or whatever, and they collect the cards and they beg for money and what have you. But we're told to be a hands-off policy because Daley doesn't want to do nothing with them because I guess they don't have enough warming centers or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
But there is no legislation to ban them out of the airport, which is a public place.
Think they ought to be banned?
Huh?
Do you think they ought to be
Well,
banned?
it's not a good, how would you say, image for the people that are coming through the airport from various places. It creates a bad scene all the way around it with their baggage, and a lot of them are filthy.
You're all very filthy.
I woke up one the other day, and he spit in my face, and I think I got a cold from it.
Mm.
And I'm sicking of the dog.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm at home now, and I can't work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they come in on the train. It's terrible with all kinds of bags and diseases, and a lot of them are filthy. They never took a bath, and they're very depressing even to look at. But we handle them every day, physically handle them, and it's unbearable sometimes. The smell. I mean, some are real ripe. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
And there's not much we can do about it. That's the disheartening thing about it. As professional police officers, can't allow, not even touch them. Not that you want to touch them, but some of them are really filthy.
Filthy, yeah.
With the bugs, I mean, you just see the bugs.
Oh, yeah. That wouldn't be surprised.
And I hate to bring this stuff home to my family, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I keep my distance. Sometimes you can't. They create a disturbance sometimes, or they're begging, or they're bothering passengers with unwanted conversations and becoming a nuisance, and there's not much you can do but lock them up. But they're right out there within the hour, right back, doing the same thing. It's like a revolving door. There's not much you can do with it.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay.
I'm sure you guys go along. You certainly understand what he was saying, how incredibly bad it is for our image, as well as how very, very unpleasant it is to the eye to have to look at this kind of stuff, right? You understand where he's coming from. 591-8900 Elmwood Park. Hi, Elm. You're on the air, WLS.
There's a couple of options. I know one guy used to beg on the bus all the time, and the city of Chicago has them in the halfway house now, and they have a bunch of doctors that are taking care of this guy. And there's another option of he's a veteran. They can get an ambulance, take him to Hines Hospital. They got half the beds are empty in a lot of the veterans hospitals. They can get him admitted, and if this guy lives for a couple of months or something, some nurse will have the dirty option to clean him up, and they'll keep him alive until he dies. And
Well, I guess
there's
we'll all
also
keep alive until we die.
the state of Illinois' responsibility to take care of these guys. My understanding is the governor, Thompson, had cut the funds for these mental hospitals, and they threw a lot of these guys out of there, and that's why they're out on the street. And I hope they get a governor that'll at least pay to keep these guys in the institutions, because if they can't take care of themselves, that's where they belong.
Okay.
Yeah,
Governor
if they
Thompson.
clear the street up like that, you won't have to watch it.
I mean, I thought it was JFK.
Yeah. You know, in Nazi Germany, they used to take care of these guys by just putting them in a grave.
Yeah.
But that's not the way we do it. We're supposed to be civilized.
Would you prefer that we did it the other way?
No, I think they ought to put them in the hospital if they were that bad off, or in the mental institution.
There's some places we're not looking at.
And that can be determined by a judge, and the judge can say, okay, you're mentally incompetent. You are going to be taken care of by the state of Illinois.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
591. Hello, Flora.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you, Bob?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah, I enjoy your program a lot.
No, it's not necessary to start the conversation.
It's a wide range of subjects all the time. But I was just wondering how you equate the panhandlers that's all over the street and your Sunday morning preachers that comes on the television every Sunday morning and all during the week.
How I equate them?
Is there any way to equate that? Is there any difference?
I'm not quite sure I understand what you're saying. I've never tried to equate them.
Well, like Jimmy Baker or Richard Dorsch or Jimmy Swaggart, they all come in wanting contributions and everything.
No, they don't come in. You turn them on deliberately. You go out of your way to turn it on.
Between them and,
yeah, you go out of your way to turn it on. That's the difference.
Yeah, she just turned it down, yeah.
I'll say it for the third time. You go out of your way to turn on the television.
Yeah, fine.
That's the difference.
Now, I was just wondering how you equated your panhandlers with the Sunday morning preachers and everything that come in via television. Really any difference? I was just wondering how, is there any judgmental difference there, really?
Oh, God, clears the sun. You know the best part about beating your head on the wall? You know the best part about beating your head on the wall?
No.
It feels so good when you stop. Evanston, hi, you're on the air at WLS.
Is Evanston?
I hope so.
I just was half listening, but people, I know those people don't really bother me. I usually, if I have food, I give them food. That's what I do. I occasionally give money, not usually, but...
Find yourself walking around a lot with, bags of food?
Well, I try to keep, like, granola bars or something in my purse if I'm going by an area where I think, there's hungry people.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
But it doesn't bother you that we have such people in this society? In this community?
Well, I mean, I feel sorry for them if they're in a position where they don't want to be, but as far as, do I, try to avoid them or anything? No.
I do. I hate to see it.
I guess I'm just different from most people, so I really don't.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
591-8900, increasing cloudiness and mild today with a slight chance of rain late in the day. Cloudy tonight, 30% chance of rain or snow. Tomorrow, clearing with little change in temperature. On 18900, as the man says, Park Ridge. Hi there, Park. You're on the air at WLS.
Hi, Bob. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
I was listening a little earlier, and you're really coming down on these people, and I really think you're putting us on. I think at the end of the show, you're going to understand that this is our problem out there, these poor people.
What do you mean putting you on? I think I've said it both ways already. I absolutely hate saying it. It's a blight on my landscape. It genuinely and truly is. But I think that probably the only way to get us to ever do something about it is to just continually have them there.
Well, yeah, at first, I've been on hold ever since, at first you were saying how terrible it is and everything.
Well, it is
our
terrible.
problem, too.
It is terrible. I hate to see it.
But
I don't want to see it.
It's our problem, too, right, Bob?
What do you mean it's our problem, too?
Sure, it's your problem, it's my problem, it's everybody's problem.
Well, everybody's problem is everybody's problem.
Pardon me?
Everybody's problem is everybody's problem.
Right, because it's a society and we're responsible for these people. By us being rich, they're poor. And most people want to work.
Well, I don't think by us being rich, they are poor. I don't necessarily buy that.
Oh, yeah, because there's enough for everybody. But there's greed. You understand? And there's enough for everybody in this country.
I'm not sure that anybody's out there on the street because there's greed in this country. I think there may be some people out there on the street because they had some lousy luck.
Well, luck has a lot to do with it, but...
I mean, nobody's getting rich over some poor, pathetic shell of a human being sleeping on a park bench. Nobody's getting rich on that.
Why do some people have 5 homes and some people have none?
Well, that has nothing to do with the guy sleeping on the park bench. Nobody's getting rich on him.
Just by his existence, he's rich. By his greed. Corporate greed. People are making thousands of dollars a day. And it's usually not legal.
Usually not legal?
Sure.
Oh.
Well, they know how to bend rules. They have corporate lawyers that know how to adjust taxes. We can go on and on.
Yeah, you can go on and fantasize. I beg your pardon, most of it is quite legal. And ethical. And moral.
But they set the laws. The rich.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
The rich set the laws.
What laws? What are you talking about? You're losing me.
Pardon me?
You're losing me.
The laws of the country. Who do you think sets laws in this country? Our judges and our politicians? They're just spokespeople for the rich.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Anytime. Migraine coming back. 5918900. Room for a few minutes to go to the men's room to, well, do whatever it is you do in the men's room. I come back and now you're doing stories about people catching fish in Florida?
Yes. 82.5-pound red snapper. That's a big fish, right? And he did it on a 20-pound test line. You have to be a Wisconsin kid to appreciate this. You have to grow up.
How many Wisconsin kids do you think I have listening?
Oops. Let's check on WLS Skyview traffic. Now back to more talk and a good evening and hello to our friend Bob Lassiter.
Good evening and a hello.
And a God bless you.
And a God bless me.
We need you. We love you. I don't know. I'm trying to cheer you up. You look kind of glum over there. Is everything all right?
Did you hear the first 2 hours?
Yeah.
Welcome back, fun seekers. A Tuesday, February the 6th, 1990. Lassiter with you at WLS Talk Radio 890. Fourth and final hallelujah hour here at the radio station today. Did I say Chicago's talk station? I probably did. What the heck? Let's be perfectly honest with each other. The first 2 hours, you may have found the first 2 hours amusing. I don't know what kind of a sense of humor you have. I did not find the first 2 hours to be in the least bit amusing. Well, there was one call that I did have a little bit of fun with. A lady that kept saying over and over again, why did you be so abrupt with the man before? And she was doing the same thing that he was doing. But I think the only possibility for this fourth and final hour, and I may go home and look through the what ads after this program this afternoon, but I think that the only hope is to call in our prayer sister and offer the Lassiter Show prayer. Prayer sister, please.
Dear God, in Jesus' name, help Mr. Lassiter to put the life back into his show so that he does not lose his livelihood. In Jesus' name, okay?
I thought you ended prayers with a amen, not okay.
Okay, Mr. Lassiter, amen.
You want to know what I have to deal with? You guys think this job is easy, don't you? You guys probably sit home and say, boy, I wish I could be Lassiter and rake in the big bucks. Only have to go in and talk for a couple of hours a day and really have everybody else do my... We just got a call off the air, okay? Woman who unfortunately would not go on the air because if she had, she might have been able to salvage this program, really bring up the ratings, and cause me to make even bigger bucks. But she was arguing with my producer that the man is noticeably drunk. Noticeably. It's a disgrace. Why doesn't somebody get him off the air because he is drunk? Or it might be pills. She wasn't sure if I was drunk or on pills. This is what I've been dealing with all afternoon. I mean, I come in here. I knew I was in trouble. I knew I was in trouble this morning before I left the house because I couldn't wait to go to work. Every day in the 5.5 years I have been doing this, when I've sat at home and said, oh, boy, I can't wait to lay this one on them today. I can't wait to get in there. Feet don't fail me now. Let me get in there. Let me get on the air. Let me throw open the microphone. It has been a disaster. Every time I have ever felt that way. Why in God's name, when I get this feeling, I just don't pick up the phone and say, I'm not coming in today. I'm sick. I broke my leg. Anything. Any possible excuse under the sun. But nonetheless, I'll give out the telephone numbers. I mean, there's utterly no hope for this hour. There has apparently been a breakdown in security at the state home again. And all of the inmates have gotten to the payphone. But I'll give out the telephone number. What the hell, let's pray again.
His name help Mr. Lassiter to put the life back into his show so that he does not lose his livelihood. In Jesus' name, okay?
I thought you ended prayers with a amen, not okay.
Okay, Mr. Lassiter, amen.
Now we're going to see if prayers work. To the southwest side we go. Hi there, Southwest. You're on the air at WLS. Are you serious?
You don't sound too well today. Anyway, I want to talk about your favorite subject. Are we better off now than we are prior to Ronald Reagan? We had this discussion last week.
It's not really my favorite subject, but that's beside the point. It's high on the list.
One of your favorite beefs, okay. Now, I'm going to take two examples. Me and my brother, I'm in the car business. He's a builder. Prior to when Jimmy Carter was in, we had the high interest rates up to 20%, inflation, everything else.
Yeah, for a couple of days you had 21% prime rates.
Oh, okay. They were hovering around 18 then. No big difference. What I'm saying is, okay, the car business stunk during the Carter years. The housing industry stunk during the Carter years. Now the building industry...
Oh, really?
Yes.
It did?
Yes, it did.
That's when people were lined up buying 2, 3, and 4, and 5 condos and 2, 3, and 4 or 5 homes in Florida and Arizona and California.
Not over here, they weren't.
Oh, I see.
In the Midwest and the North, it was terribly depressed. Just going by what he was building.
That's right, because all the people from Chicago were down trying to buy condos in Fort Lauderdale.
Maybe they were flocking to the sun. But anyway, that's beside the point. We're talking about in this area. Same with the car business. New car dealers were dying as far as in business. And both me and him are so much better off now prior to during Ronald Reagan and Bush's years. As far as
really? You're paying higher interest rates?
Well,
you owe a ton of money.
Well, higher interest rates to who?
To whoever the hell you're borrowing the money from.
Well, the bottom line is how much money am I taking home and how much better I'm living.
No, the bottom line is how much money is that worth you're taking home? You don't believe you're paying higher interest rates?
I'm not right now, no.
Okay, what did you say? About 18% you thought the interest rate was? Well, that would be an average?
As far as what? On a home or...
No, well, first of all, you said, we had 20% interest.
Primary was up to 18 to 21%.
Okay, and, so 18%?
Yeah.
What was the inflation rate back then?
16%?
16%. Okay, so 16 from 18 is 2%. That was the real interest rate. What's the prime rate now? 10%?
Somewhere like that.
And what's the inflation rate? 5%?
Okay.
That's 5%. That's your real interest rate. It's more than double what it was before.
No, I'm not. No.
Oh, yeah. My friend, if you borrowed $100 back in 1980, you borrowed $100 and you had 16% inflation. When it came time to pay back that $100, the $100 was already worth $116.
Yeah, but you're paying on 10% instead of 18%.
Well, no, wait a second. You paid back the loan in cheaper dollars.
But not actual dollars? Not the...
Yeah, actual dollars.
No.
The interest rate was 2%. Now it's 5%. You're getting screwed.
You have a way of turning things around, Bob. I admire you for that. But the bottom line is, me and him are better off living now, and that car industry and the building industry covers quite a bit of people. Now, I don't know what happened in Florida or wherever you lived at the time.
Hell of a lot less people work in the car industry today than did in 1980. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of fewer people working here today.
Why? Because of the imports. Am I right? Not because of the economy. It's because the people got wired to American cars as far as the quality and started buying Toyotas. And
wait a second. Jimmy Carter was making lousy cars?
Well, Bob, I don't know. The point is, again, like I said, I mean, you're better off, like you admit. I'm better off. My family's better off.
I'm better off has nothing whatsoever to do with Ronald Reagan.
Well, you blaming him for people being better off, worse off than they were prior.
You are worse off. You live in a country that has a higher infant mortality rate. You live in a country where fewer people own their own homes. You live in a country where Education has gone down. Medical service has gone down.
Wait, education. Whose fault is that?
I don't care whose fault it was. I'm telling you, you live in a country that is nowhere near as good as it was 10 years ago. And you're telling me that you're better off? Well, maybe you personally have a couple of more dollars in your pocket than you did 10 years ago. But, my friend, you live in a country that is nowhere near as well off as it was.
You can't blame a president or anybody for that.
Wait a second. You're trying to blame Jimmy Carter.
Well, it's the whole social system.
I see. Anything that goes wrong up to 1980 is Jimmy Carter's fault. Anything after that, hey, it's just the way it goes. You know, things happen.
You said that, not me.
Well, you just said you can't blame it on Reagan. So if you were blaming...
Can't blame it on any. I'll tell you what I blame it. I blame it on the liberals that...
liberals, yes, of course. It was the filthy, vile liberals who did that.
That will not allow teachers to discipline their kids. I mean, you can't look at them the wrong way.
Liberals won't allow teachers to discipline their kids?
There's no discipline in school at all.
Wait a second. When did you go to school?
I graduated in 69.
69?
Yeah.
So, in other words, you were in school throughout most of the 1960s and some of the 1950s?
Yeah. You know, when I went to school...
You were in school during the height of liberalism in this country.
No, we still had the dress codes. We could not come in jeans. We had to dress up. That changed maybe a year or two after.
Teddy Kennedy had nothing to do with kids going to school in jeans. I mean, you went to school in very liberal times.
Very liberal times.
Very liberal.
Kids come with weapons to school. I mean, we had a kid here with...
You think the liberals are in favor of kids with weapons? Remember, the liberals are the ones that want to take away the guns. They didn't give guns to kids.
Not allowing the teachers more discipline in school.
I beg your pardon. I don't know of any liberal who is in favor of kids taking guns to school and teachers not being able to take them away.
Just an example. We're talking about disciplining kids to go to school, Bob. I'm just giving you one example of kids coming with weapons or the gang.
What kind of discipline did you have in mind, by the way? You're allowed to beat a kid with a stick in Illinois. I mean, what more do you want?
If that would happen, the parents would have a law.
Happens all the time. What do you mean, if that would happen?
Well, who got beat up with a stick that you know of recently?
Every county in this state, with a handful of exceptions, corporal punishment is permitted.
And does it ever happen?
Yes!
If it ever happened in our school, we'd have a lawsuit so fast that teacher would be thrown out in a minute. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm sorry. You try to beat my kid with a stick, and I'm going to sue you too.
There you go.
But it happens to be the law throughout most of the state, and by the way, in private schools in this county.
If your kid is an obnoxious brat, he won't listen, disrupts the class, the teacher disciplines him, you're still going to be a parent that's going to sue?
Well, wait a second. If you got a kid who's an obnoxious brat, that's the liberals' fault?
No, it's not the liberals' fault.
Oh.
We're just saying, we're talking about discipline right now. You would sue the school board if your kid was totally wrong, and the teacher tried to discipline him.
Damn straight. If somebody hits my kid with a stick, you're damn straight I'm going to sue him.
And you're part of the problem.
I'm part of the problem. I beg your pardon. My kid's not going to be a disciplinary problem in school.
How do you know that?
Because I wouldn't have it. I wouldn't tolerate it.
What are you going? You're going to beat the kid, in other words, then, right?
No, I don't believe in beatings.
The kid from behaving?
I don't believe in beatings.
Oh God, you got answers for everything. Bob, have a nice day.
You too. Off it is to Elmhurst. Hi, Elm. You're on the air at WLS.
Hi, Bob.
Hi.
Sounds like the biorhythms are failing, huh?
It does?
I thought that was only supposed to happen on Thursdays. Nevertheless.
What are you talking about?
You seem a little bit upset.
Oh.
Intellectually, you're on top, but emotionally, you're down.
No, actually, I'm headed up, but that's besides the point.
Yeah. Does this sound familiar to you? Can you hear this?
I assume that's a Zippo lighter.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
One of a kind. Silver Zippo. Maybe what you ought to do is finish out this last hour with, like the show you did a couple days ago or maybe a week ago.
I was considering finishing it out with some very old, obnoxious Peter, Paul, and Mary albums, just track to
well, you're on the right...
punish the audience.
The right bent. I was thinking of going back in time like you did that one time, and you had such a good response. You think about Sunday dinner, 1960... Got a 7-pound sirloin tip roast in the oven. They're peppered with garlic, real mashed potatoes, gravy from the pan, that kind of a thing. Maybe Johnny Mathis on the hi-fi.
Johnny Mathis. Okay. So thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say hello.
All right, thanks. Thank you ever so. Nobody should have to put up with this. Nobody. I got colleagues all over the country. They don't have to sit there and listen to people flip their Zippo lighters. hesitant to give out the phone numbers. I'll tell you what. Rather than give them out, they're probably in the phone book. And maybe that's one way that we could kind of eliminate some of these calls today if we just kind of limit it to people who can figure out how to find the number in the phone book and then read it. So the number is in your phone book. To a car phone we go. Hi there, car. You're on the air, WLS.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
First off, I'd like to say I'd hate to go to that previous caller's school, wherever he...
Oh, the one where you like to beat them with sticks.
Yeah, I mean...
Because the liberals let them wear blue jeans. And
I mean, geez, I remember when I was in... back when I was in... Get this, I was in preschool, a teacher slapped me across the face for pushing another girl into her cubby. And, needless to say, my mom did not sue, which I was always pissed off to this day, because it was really... is out of line. But anyways, thanks to us liberals, there's no beating. So anyways, Bob, I wanted to talk to you about an interesting plan for George Bushy Bush as far as lowering the deficit, lowering the crime rate, and eliminating the fictitious war on drugs.
Yeah.
What we do is we legalize drugs, have the government sell it, use all that money to pay back the deficit, and then because all the drug dealers will be out of business, we'll have a lower crime rate.
Okay. Okay. I'm easy to get along with tonight. Sounds like a great idea to me.
Yeah.
I think everybody should call up with their favorite ideas tonight because I've just decided to be agreeable. Going to be agreeable, Bob, for the remainder of the program. I don't care how intelligent. I don't care how ill-intelligent. I will just agree with everything. I will do anything to get through until... What's it, 6:56 technically? Yeah. 6:56:10 technically. Yes, until 6:56:10.
Who knows, Bob? You might even get George Bush calling for a change.
Well, that would be nice. Okay.
All right.
Take care there.
Yeah.
All right.
I tell you, we all children have the little things that they do, behavior from when they get from around their parents because they won't show out front their parents. And I don't see nothing wrong with a child being slapped, on the hands or something like that. Not enough bruises in the face or nothing like that, but a ruler, because I went to Catholic school. Mm-hmm. And, Bob, I know that the sisters one time, some guys, throwing a spitball or something, and I got a beating blood across the knuckles, and I didn't do it, and my knuckles was kind of sore. And so when I got home, my dad asked me what happened. I told him, I said, sisters, hit me with a ruler across my hand. So he said, what'd she do it for? I said, a guy stole the spitball and, with a pin in it, and this guy jumped up and hollered, and she thought it was me. And so he said, did you tell her who it was? I said, no. And what I got another whooping, because I didn't tell the teacher. So I think that children that misbehaved like that, and I don't know whether you believe in God or not, but when you took prayer out of school and took discipline away from the teachers completely, we breathe these things now, because see, the most parents are working, and they're husband and a wife.
And they need somebody to beat their kids in the daytime, yeah?
So then the children are not looking for a beating. All the children don't need no beating. They need talking to. They need training. And if the child had the home training, the teacher wouldn't have that much problem with a child. Because, the way the children do in school now, when you do anything to those children, first thing they'll tell you, I'm going to get my mama or my daddy. And their mom and dad, they come back with guns and knives in some of these neighborhoods. And they'll be waiting for the teacher or what have you. And so these sort of situations, the child can do anything they want to, and in these classrooms, and there's hardly no control in some of the classrooms, and the teachers are frustrated. So I am for discipline the child, but not beating. But first place for this really get, put a couple points on the child, they should find out what his home background is. Do we have father and his mother?
Okay.
So,
fine with me.
You're doing a good job.
Thank you very much.
You're going to go away. Say, I tell you what I'm going to do, Bob.
Yeah?
I'm going to talk to your supervisor in a few minutes and have him to keep you on another hour since you want to get off so bad.
Okay.
Yeah, right,
Take care. You guys are enjoying this at home, aren't you? Yeah, really enjoying it. Let's go to Schaumburg. Hi, Sean. You're on the air at WLS.
Hello, Bob Lassiter. I've been listening to you for about 3 weeks. I kind of discovered the station by accident. But I'm starting to feel, as I told your producer, that you're going to go the way of Mort Downey.
I've only had Al Sharpton on once, ma'am, and I don't have any plans to have him on again.
I said, I think you're going to go the way of Morton Downey.
Yes, and I said I've only had Al Sharpton on once, and I don't have any plans to have him on again.
I think you're starting to lose it.
To lose it? What do you mean?
You're getting the sarcasm is starting to really drip, and you shout too much. And you're kind of losing...
What do you mean by that, lady?
You're losing your credibility. And I think it's a shame because... I think that when you do speak intelligently on subjects and really stay with the subject at hand, you're very informative. But every once in a while, the sarcasm really gets in the way.
You got a problem with sarcasm?
The shouting gets in the way, and
you got a problem with sarcasm?
I have a problem with your type of sarcasm.
Oh, with my type of sarcasm? Yeah. Your kind of sarcasm's okay, huh? But my kind isn't.
This isn't meant to be sarcastic. It's meant to be an honest critique of what one listener thinks of some of your delivery, and there doesn't seem to be any room in your...
Some of my delivery troubles you.
Well, like I say, Morton Downey didn't last that long.
Morton Downey didn't have my kind of contract, lady.
Contracts can be broken. Don't get too cocky.
You haven't seen mine.
Well, whatever. I'm afraid you've lost me. Stacy Taylor...
Oh, bummer, I lost you.
Yeah, I know, it doesn't matter.
Oh, please don't leave, lady. Please,
no,
please.
I know, I'm just one listener. Your listeners don't matter that much to you. Your audience doesn't really matter that much.
Not at all, man. Couldn't care less about. The only thing I care about are the people that call.
Right?
No, man. The people that call. I get 43 cents for every call. It's the only thing I care about.
Well, I hope you make a lot of money. Bye-bye.
Easy for me to make a lot of money, lady. I got you to call, didn't I? Waukegan, hi. You're on the air at WLS.
Hi, Bob.
Hi.
How's it going?
Oh, terrible.
Boy,
terrible.
You dumped on today.
I mean, I've got the worst calls in the world. I had maybe 2 or 3 decent ones, but...
Wow. I heard a couple of them in between calls this afternoon, and I could not believe it. I mean, is there anything I can do, like yell at you or something to get you up?
Well, it's not a matter of my being down. What you could do if you really wanted to help is to get a job at the phone company and keep a log of the numbers of these people when they call, and the next time they try to call, pull the plug.
Yeah, I wish
that's what would really help.
I wish I could. I wish I could install that kind of system in my home.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know what to tell you.
Boy, it's not a full moon. It's not a new moon. There's hardly any explanation for this at all.
I know. I checked the count. It could be that the barometer is up or down or whatever.
I think that's what it is. The barometric pressure is, causing
everybody's head is
breakdown in security at the home.
Sure.
Probably a lot of people are enjoying it. A lot of people like to watch me slowly twist in the wind.
Hey, why not?
Sure, why not? Pick on Lassiter, right? Just a voice on the radio.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
Ma'am, I'm a human being. I got a wife and a family, and I got bills to pay and stuff like that. And I take this stuff very seriously. And I go home at night and I get all bummed out. And I just because I'm on the radio doesn't mean anything. I'm still just a guy with feelings.
You know what you need? You need
about a half a gallon of red whiskey and wine.
Well, besides
that wine and red whiskey. Whatever.
Go home, grab a good book, get in bed with the covers all the way up to your shoulders, have maybe a scotch and water. You like scotch?
No.
Oh, well.
No, it tastes like drinking witch hazel.
I beg your pardon.
Well, that's what it tastes like to me.
Hey, I like scotch.
Well, that's okay. I have no problem with that. I do have a good book at home, Welding for Fun and Profit. I think I'm going to read it tonight.
Oh, jeez. I don't know what to tell you. I hope today, the rest of the day is better. There's not much left.
I hope a lot of these people lose the phone number.
I think that's impossible.
Well, we could go to an unlisted number here.
I don't know if that
I've
would
discussed that with management, and only give it out to selected, pre-screened listeners. And everybody else would just get a, sorry, that number is unlisted.
Well, you know what they say. Every dog has his day.
Thank you.
Arf, arf.
Be good.
Bye.
Indianapolis, hi, you're on the air at WLS.
Yes, Mr. Lassiter, good evening.
Good evening.
Granted, you have some intelligence, and based on that premise, is it possible to conceive that some homeless people, have more peace of mind than any of the rest of us in society? Once when you consider that they have far fewer problems to concern themselves with. Not only that, it takes a certain type of peace of mind to be able to sleep where these people sleep at times.
It does? I thought it just took being, dead tired.
No, you don't have to be. You can be dead tired, Mr. Lassiter, and still not sleep in some of the places that these people sleep. I figured you'd probably interject that since that was an opening for you. However, it takes peace of mind. That's what it takes, a great deal of peace of mind to be able to do that, whether you want to consider it or not. You should try it, sleeping anywhere.
I have slept on park benches, sir. I have slept on park benches.
Well, it takes a peace of mind to be able to do that.
No, it just took being a wild and crazy kid who didn't know any better.
That's exactly right. You were crazy. That's the operative word. The craziness will allow you to do that. But a rational person, it would take peace of mind to be able to do that. To sleep anywhere, even dead tired.
Yes, I think you have a point there.
Agree where you want to, and try to make this, look small. It doesn't matter. As a woman said, perhaps you aren't feeling too well today. But that is the matter of the fact. There aren't all homeless people don't feel that way. However, there are some that are like you're suggesting. There are some homeless people that are like you're suggesting who are just falling asleep just out of being dead tired. See, I understand where you're coming from, too, why you want to say this.
Collingswood, New Jersey.
Beg your pardon?
Collingswood, New Jersey.
Collingswood? Oh, you're coming from Collingswood, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite clever, too. You made a statement about, while we're on the subject, clever about Chicago and people in Illinois and money. Have money to buy condominiums. Your radio station have quite a bit of money. The way they, from these surrounding telephone companies as part of the proceeds that they get for having, these, since you have a wide range of listening audiences, that they call in and from, all kinds of other stations. On the phone for hours.
But we don't get a piece of that action, sir.
I beg your pardon?
We don't get anything from it.
Oh, no, but I'm sure someone would have to get a piece of that action. Maybe that's why they're getting all the money to buy these condominiums from in Chicago. You do have a sense of humor, too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you do have a sense of humor, amazing sense of humor, and quick wit and everything, and sly and cunning, and yes, you do have all these attributes, but you should want to show your good attributes instead of all those little devious, kind of ways.
My good attributes, what might they be?
Yes, it's so much insofar as your courteousness towards people, your compassion for people, your love for people, your concern for people, instead of your, disdain for people who aren't quite as intelligent as you are. Everyone's not a Rhodes Scholar.
I'm not a Rhodes Scholar.
You could have fooled me. But I'm easy to fool because I don't have your intelligence. You see, you are just the most intelligent individual I've heard in my life. You see, and you come across like that, too. You really do. So, hey, what do you expect? We populace out here who listen to you see what I'm saying? This is why we listen to you, because we want some of your intelligence to rub off on us. You can help us so much in our lives. We know nothing. We're the people that let the government run over, so we know nothing. You're just a mild Lassiter. A man who knows everything. As that woman said, this particular segment of the station, have lost another listener.
Two in one night. What, pray tell, am I going to do? 2 in one night. And he's a guy that wanted to rub up against me, too, to the southwest side to go, hi, you're on the air at WLS. Would have been exciting.
Yeah, you got me?
I hope so.
Okay, I got you. Someone said legalizing drugs will stop the crime.
Yes, that's what he
It will
said.
not stop the crime.
I agree.
I believe it will. Crime began to increase when they started urbanizing countries, you know. When they started moving from the farms to the cities, it increased. Gangs. TV is one of the causes of it.
Television.
Yes.
It's cause of crime, okay.
Well, the more we started getting TVs in our houses, the more the murder rate went up.
More televisions, the more murder.
Yep, the company with violence on TV. And the tobacco...
Well, the Mixmaster came out about... Well, wait a second now. The Mixmaster came out right about... The Mixmaster came out right about the same time. And most homes that have televisions also have Mixmasters, or at least those little hand-portable ones. You think possibly that could be the cause of crime?
Well, this guy did it. He did the research on it. His name is Centerwall. That's his name. It's documented in Science Digest. I could make you a copy of it.
Science Digest. Oh, no, I have a copy.
Pardon?
I have all the back copies of Science Digest. I can just look it up. And he says television.
You didn't read it. You just didn't read it, huh?
Well, I did a lot of reading. Maybe I just, skipped over that article that month. But I'll check it out. Televisions, since televisions came in, the murder went up.
I was thinking of giving up myself, you know.
Giving up? Giving up what?
Television.
Television.
Yeah, because I happen to be a Christian and
had this urge to murder somebody?
And he's a prophet of God, I believe, and that's one of the things he speaks against. But
how long have you been watching television? How long have you been watching television?
Well, I watch just once in a while. I turn it on, sometimes channel 20 I like,
You watch just until you get the urge to kill somebody and then you turn it off?
Well, I like inspiring things, like stuff that you talk about on your station, Sometimes Channel 11, they got those discussions sometimes on Sundays on Channel 26, I believe. It's like a court.
Yeah. And this gives you an urge to kill?
You could say it kills time, maybe sometimes, but I don't know what it is. It's the violence. It's, I don't understand, but...
Well, the McLaughlin Group is a fairly violent show. I sometimes watch that on Sunday.
McLaughlin Group? You think it's violent sometimes?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they get to screaming and shouting and sometimes they even shake their fingers at each other.
A lot of old people watch that, don't they?
Well, I'm not as young as I used to be.
But you're not the type that likes to shout sometimes, are you?
Well, depends on what you mean by shout. I've been known to shout once or twice in my life.
Dear God, in Jesus' name, help Mr. Lassiter to put the life back into his show so that he does not lose his livelihood. In Jesus' name, okay?
I thought you ended prayers with a amen, not okay.
Okay, Mr. Lassiter, amen.
She's an all right mama.
Well, in my home, it seems the...
WLS Talk Radio 890. Once again, here's Bob Lassiter.
Just chatting with our friends and neighbors. Burbank, hi, Burr, you're on the air at WLS.
Did you call me in Burbank?
Yes, hi there.
Hi. I just wanted to tell you that since we found you, we switched from CN.
Oh, let's see. I lost 2 tonight and got 1, so I'm only at a -1 so far for the show. Okay.
Well, since we found you, we have more conversations over our table. You make us think, you make us get angry, and this happens long after you're done.
Well, thank you, I think. It's more or less a compliment, right?
Oh, it's very definitely a compliment.
Well, good.
I tried to get through to you last night. It was breaking my heart because I couldn't get through to you. If you want my number, I'm a very opinionated, and I really basically think more or less the way you do. And I also shout, too.
Shouting's good for you. helps to clear out the arteries.
You betcha.
Yes. People that shout rarely have... Right. People that shout rarely have strokes.
Yeah. It keeps my blood pressure down.
Right.
And I stay mad a lot of times for the same reasons you do. Only at my work, I can't voice my opinions because I am not of the majority.
I understand. Sometimes the same way around here,
Yeah.
all those people I work with. Right-wing lunatics. Well, thank you very much.
I appreciate talking to you.
I appreciate
Keep it up.
Be good.
You too.
Okay, so lost 2, gained 1. Net loss so far of -1. The evening's still early. Peoria, hi, you're on the air at WLS.
Yes, hello?
Hi.
Oh, hi, how are you?
Reasonably well.
You're fresh here to Chicago, so don't worry. You got all the listeners coming from all over, so don't worry about it. I just want to talk about the difference between the have and the have-nots. And this nation, we're not becoming. We used to be a producing nation, and if we don't get a leader in there, for the last 10 years, I've seen things between have and have-nots get worse and worse. And you can go up and down the streets of Chicago and find things, and factories all shut up, and we're talking about thousands of factories closed. And the crime rate is due to jobs. It's very simple. It's very simple, and I'm glad you notice it to make people think, but I guess our politicians don't notice it. And our jobs just moving. We're importing labor and exporting jobs. And you can't have a good democracy without... Okay, you can't... that's my twin, Edward. Hold on for a minute. You can't have a good job. You can't export jobs like that. It just don't work. Democracy is good, but freedom without a democratized economy, without economics, money flowing, it just don't work. What good is democracy without have people working? And freedom is good, but if you don't have a job, it just don't work.
I thank you very much. To the north side we go. Hi, North. You're on the air at WLS.
Sir?
Yes?
I would like to give you a little message, okay?
Give me a message?
While there is still help for you, I would seek the help of a psychiatrist real quickly.
Psychiatrist? Why do you think I should see a shrink? Hello? Lady? Lady? Lady, could you call back? I don't have the name of one. And I'm sure you do. Somewhere in Iowa. Hi there, Iowa. Sounds very mysterious. You're on the air at WLS.
Hello, Bob.
Yes.
Oh, how you doing? Your scooter didn't tell me when I was going. How you doing? Hey, tell me your caller from Indianapolis there was contemplating suicide, but I think you talked him out of it, but did you lost a listener out of it? But anyway, about your homeless or the vagabonds, I had 2 instances where one I was approached up here in Chicago twice. My job carries me up here 3 out of 7 days a week. One, it was a pretty drawn-out fella. I mean, like you explained, down, dirty. And I give him $1. No problem, he gets something to eat. I was approached one other time over on the southwest side by a fella come up. Sharp-looking guy. He was dressed okay. Didn't look like he was in that bad of shape. And approached me and said, hey, you got $1? I said, well, yeah. I said, I got a lot of them. He goes, how about I have one? He said, I need to eat. I said, I need to eat, too. That's why I got a job. And the guy goes, well, he says, I never thought of that way before. He's not to contemplate it. Turned around and walked away from it. So my attitude over that was, I don't let it bother me no more.
That's probably best. Lafayette, hi, you're on the air at WLS.
Hello, Mr. Lassiter.
Hello there, Lafayette.
How you doing?
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I can relate to what you're going through tonight.
I think I'm just going to sleep here in the station. I don't think I want to go out on the streets with these people tonight.
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of curl up into the console here.
You're a good guy. That's all I can say. I mean, I've been listening to you for 3-4 months now. I don't watch TV anymore, and I look forward to listening to you. And I say to you that anything you say is okay, you know?
Well, thank you.
Okay, good night, sir.
Good night. Rogers Park, you're on the air at WLS.
Bob?
Yes?
That second man that said he was never going to call you again?
Yeah.
You ought to thank your lucky stars. I've heard that man, I don't know how many times on one of the later shows on your station.
Yeah?
He believes that there are no man-made laws that he has to obey. He believes that he can take drugs because he's an adult, but that's not okay for his kids until they're adults.
Did he call Sally Jesse Raphael a lot?
Actually, no. He calls either Ted Lauterbach or Bill Garcia.
Oh, on the weekends, Lee.
When you're relaxing, he's bedeviling these people.
Oh, what a cruel thing to do.
And I got to tell you, at first I didn't recognize his voice because apparently he hadn't taken a toot yet. But then when he started telling you how you have an intellect and you're an intellectual and you're so smart and everything, I thought, oh, this sounds familiar.
Yeah, and he wanted to rub up against me.
Yeah, well, he wanted to rub up against you so that he could just, throw you off base, which he can't do, obviously.
Oh, I thought he had something more in mind.
No.
Oh.
Oh, well, let me tell you something else, too. We were talking about nostalgia last week, I think it was.
Yeah.
Do you feel a little bit like the Duncan Yo-Yo Man today?
Well, I'm nostalgic for yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
You remember when the Duncan Yo-Yo Man used to come to the corner grocery store and try and put on a show for the kids and everything? I think we were kind of innocent then. We believed that the Duncan Yo-Yo Man was there for our entertainment.
Jeez, if only I gotta get a job as a yo-yo man.
I think the only one that has that now is, Dick Smothers? Dick Smothers Brothers.
Oh, well.
But you're not one down. You're even Steven, because that second guy, forget him.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You didn't really think he was... Yeah, he'll probably call back again. To a car phone we go. Hi, Car, you're on the air, WLS.
Hi, Bob.
Hi.
First of all, you will have to excuse my accent. I'm Cuban. I'm a professional. I'm a CPA, and I have been in this country for 25 years. By accident, one day I flipped my radio and I got 890.
Yeah.
And you were on. And I think that you are the greatest thing that ever happened to the radio in Chicago.
I pretty much go along with that.
Okay, and I want to tie the game 2-2. So let's see if you have another caller that is in your corner so that you will win the game tonight.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, talk to you later.
Take care. What a great audience I have. To the south side. Hi, South. You're on the air, WLS.
Hello, Bob.
Yes, hello.
How are you?
Oh, fine, thank you.
Well, you sound in good shape to me. I don't think there's any reason for these complaints I hear, but I see that tonight you brought all the poops out of the woodwork.
Ma'am, I had nothing to do with it. They were waiting for me when I arrived.
Yes, but I think that's what you like to do. I think it adds spice to the show. And for one thing, you brought me back to radio. In the Carter administration, I was able to buy 2 homes in Arizona. Now I'm renting and living on a very modest income. So all I want to say is that I enjoy you very much, and I want you to remember the song of the 50s and 60s that stayed as sweet as you are, and don't let a thing ever change you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. Joliet. Hi, Jolie. You're on the air, WLS. Hello, Joliet.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Real good. What I really like to know, are you a conservative or a liberal?
Well, neither, really. I'm basically a fiscal conservative and a social liberal.
Well, I really don't understand that.
You don't understand that? Why not?
Sometimes I listen to you, and I think I really understand you, and then I listen to you again, and you have got me really befuddled.
Well, I'm not all that fond of following a particular ideological bent. I basically make up my mind about various different issues.
Well, I know, but I think suddenly I listen to you, and I think you're a really kind, caring person. And then I hear you again, and it's like you're so hard.
Hard on what?
Well, like tonight, you're talking about the homeless.
Yeah.
And when I first started listening, I thought you were like, you were egging people on to say one thing or another about homeless people. But then you came on so strong about God, they really bother you so much.
They do. Don't they bother you? I don't like to look at that.
I don't like to look at it either, but it's part of life.
Well, it shouldn't be part of life. We should do something about it.
You're right. So how do we do that?
Well, I haven't the vaguest idea, but I believe what I said is that while I thought the judge was absolutely insane in trying to tie this into a First Amendment right, I was glad that he scraped the bottom of the barrel, because with guys like him who have the guts to force us to look at this stuff, to force us to deal with it every day, maybe we'll find out a way to eliminate it. Maybe we'll find out a way to get rid of it.
That's
exactly what I said.
I hope he can, because I really do have compassion for them.
Well, I have compassion too, but I'm not going to come in here and sit and lie and say, oh, gee, I see those poor people on the street and my heart just is filled with compassion. No, I see those people on the street and I turn my head. I don't want to look at it.
But why?
But why? Because I don't like to look at suffering and misery. I'm just like everybody else. I just as soon it went away.
Are you doing anything to help them?
Hell no. What can I do?
Well, I don't mean personally, financially yourself. You know what I mean? But is there anything that can be done to help them?
Is there anything that can be done to help them? Yeah, it's going to cost a ton of money. I'm not too thrilled about spending it. And it may not even work.
So where do we begin?
Well, I guess we can do, one of two things. We can either look away, or we can force ourselves to look and then maybe start to think. I don't have answers.
Well, personally, I don't want to look away.
Well, some people like to look at accidents. I don't. I'm not into looking at accidents. I'm not into looking at misery on the streets. I don't enjoy it.
Well, no, nobody is.
Try my damnedest to isolate and insulate myself from it.
I know that, but doesn't it make you, when you look at them, don't you feel, what do you feel when you...
Ma'am, I have never in my entire life criticized anybody for anything that I am not also guilty of.
When you look at them, do you say, hey,
you want to know the truth? What I say when I look at them?
Yeah.
Ew! Oh, yuck! That's in essence what I say.
Well, that's really truthful, because that's...
Yeah, it is truthful. That's what most people say. That's right. And I'm just grateful that there's some guy in New York who's bending over backwards to try to find some kind of cockamamie excuse to force us to look at them. I wish there were more guys like him, because I could use it. My, this brings us to the end of the program. Darn, just like... Any chance of bumping south? No? Oh, damn. Oh, well. You will behave yourselves until tomorrow, I'm sure. Of course you will. More fun and games then. Hey, love you, Chicago.